Okay, so before I do anything, I have had just thinking about this has made me feel dizzy. But I'm talking about the shop, the UI in Phasmophobia. First of all, let me just turn down the audio because I don't want it swamping my voice. But I want to talk about adding and removing items and why it seems to be so complicated. I understand the meaning, the reason why there's a buy button in the loadout section, because it allows you to rebuy the loadout that you may have lost. And the work around it is, because I've got that much money and I've got under a month before it all gets reset. So I go into shop and buy so many of each item so I don't have to worry anymore. That'll become obsolete now. What I'm talking about is removing a specific item from your loadout. If so, for example, if I've added all the items, see, I've got everything in there. I want to remove them all, I can click remove. That's fine, I've removed them all. But earlier on I encountered a weird bug. You see, I've got no sound sensors, right? I add my loadout without sound sensors. See, there's no sound sensors. I add all 4, I click add again. All 4 sound sensors are there, but what if I want to remove them again? What do? Do I click... What do I do? Click -4 times and press add again? No, because that doesn't work. -4 then remove? Because if I do that, the sound sensors stay, but for some... Why is the paramic there? I haven't touched the paramic. So, this is the problem that I started facing, that if I clicked remove after adding my custom loadout, some items remain behind. Those sound sensors I re-added, and the only way I've found to remove them is to say, for example, look, there's one paramic, so if I click this once, if I click the plus and then click remove, it then removes the paramic. But for some reason it then now decides to remove the tripod and the thermometer. So I think it's a bit buggy. Sound sensors in strong flashlights? If I spam remove, will they disappear? Yes. So I think it's a little buggy. Sound sensors, I've still got all 4 of them. That's still there. So I have to... they're not budging, so now in order to remove the sound sensors, this is where it's going to get a bit crazy. I have to add all the sound sensors, then click remove, and then it disappears, leaving me with starter items. It just makes... adding and removing items is a little too complicated. If I wanted to just suddenly decide to do a starter items only run, I have to go through some weird procedures to remove them, but while doing that, I've also completely screwed up my loadout, and I have to look at it all again, and, it's just weird. I understand the 8 out of 4. Basically, I own 7 video cams, but I've only got 3 in the loadout. But that doesn't explain what 1 out of 6 means. And there's a truck symbol. Does that mean... Oh, I see. Oh, equipment list. So there's 1 out of 6 in the equipment list. I get it now. So if I add 3 and then click add, I've now got 6 out of 6. But in doing that, I've added everything else in the loadout. So I can't add 1 at a time. See, I just removed all the video cams. Press remove, and then... My brain. See, the video cams are still there. So what I'm now discovering... It allowed me to click it 7 or 8 times then. What I'm discovering is... It's bugged. It has to be bugged. Because I've seen a few people... I've read a few tales on Reddit of people going not literally, but like going mad trying to figure it out. But adding and removing items is so weird. It's so complicated. So I am going to completely reset this loadout now because I don't know what I've done. So good luck if you end up having to use this shop interface. and to any new players, because it seems to be extremely complicated. So there's nothing in this loadout now, absolutely nothing, so I'm going to reset it. Oh boy.